All right, so I'm back for another one. I'm back, man. Lord Funk, your favorite ghost host, is back for another quick video. I have some updates and development, right? So I kind of been, just looking around for the Skeleton Crew and what's really going on and what people are saying about it. And for the most part, people, like I said before in my last video, people like it. Just about every single person that you would think would talk bad about it is talking good about it. So why make the video, right? So, I've been looking at the usual suspects and blah, blah, and one of them is Chris Gore. I don't know if you know who Chris Gore is. I'm about to show my age here. He was an old person from G4. This is when he's young, obviously. He looks kind of the same, actually, kind of. So this guy's been around forever. So usually when he says something, and he's usually sharp on it, like he knows exactly what he's talking about, he's been doing this forever. You know what I mean? Like he's been doing scoops and all this nonsense forever. So when he says something, I tend to believe it. So you see him talking to Theory and responding to her Theory in stupendous ways. Like they're having like a little chat. I didn't really go through the whole thing, but really quickly my eye went to he's like, yeah, it's great. Everyone loves the show. The show's pretty good. Just letting you know, episode 3, one of the characters is gonna have 2 moms. So you know what I mean? Like he's basically preparing everybody for like, yeah. And at the end of it, he says, they just can't help themselves, and that's that is a good description of what that is. They can't help themselves. And then you see the guy on the bottom. He says, how does having 2 moms ruin you liking a show? Which is decent point, right? So let me explain to you why this is a problem. Like I said in the last show, you're not going to find any hatred. But now, when this episode comes out, you will 100% get some hatred for the show. And again, this will not be directed at kids whatsoever. The kids are fine. Everything's fine. If anything, these people don't like it because there's kids involved. They don't like that. I'm a parent. I get it. I also don't like stuff like that around my kids. So the hatred will be coming, but it's not going to be directed to the kids. Why even bring it up? I've been seeing rumblings, like I just been like watching, and there's been people saying like Disney didn't like the show, didn't know what to do with the show. That's an interesting take. I don't know if I fully believe that. Maybe they don't like the show because of the controversy that they know that they already injected in there, and that they're I've also been hearing rumblings that Bob Iger is officially done with the messaging. He's like, yeah, we're done. Turns out I like money more than messaging, which everybody knew that. That's why every single person was counting the days of when this is all going to stop, because there's always going to be an endpoint. There's always going to be a finish line, because these people that love money were never just going to just keep losing money for the message. It doesn't matter, either you pay them, which I think they were probably from the Democrats or something, like maybe they were getting some money for this, but I mean, even that, I think long term the brand itself is ruined. So like, yeah, even if you're getting back pay in another way, I mean, just ruining your brand by itself, I think is more harmful than the money loss, because that's just more money loss. I would assume. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this. The hatred that's coming has nothing to do with the kids. And don't get confused or let these people confuse you. And I'm talking about the usual people that have flags or weird things in their names or whatever. You know who I'm talking about. These people are going to try to like say something really stupid, like we're going to try to attack kids, or now we're attacking kids, because that's what they do, right? And I'm just letting you know, no one's going to attack kids. It's just going to be the messaging. Like, people are just tired of the messaging. You know, like, I don't understand why these people don't understand. Because it's not just in Star Wars. They do it in games. They do it in other movies. You know what I mean? Like, they do it in comic books. Like, it's just so annoying and tiring. And they literally lost an election because of the messaging. Like, if you think Trump like won because of like his policies, or because everyone's like based Trump, no, it wasn't that. Like, I already said this before. I was like, yo, you're gonna have people fighting in the streets over Wolverine, over Spider-Man, over Fallout, over Halo. You know what I mean? Like, people don't really care about politics as much as like people pretend to be. Like, I know a lot about politics, but like, in all truth, right? You know what really woke me up to a lot of stuff? It's really just people messing with my stuff. Like, let's say no one touched my stuff. Like, let's say you just left me with my toys. Like, you just let me play with Halo and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and, you know, all the stuff that I like. Like, let's say they just, like, the Democrats just left me alone, and then they were just like, yeah, we're going to do this agenda thing, but we're not going to touch it. Trump would never have won. Trump is a clear reaction to everything. And I would say it's less to do about borders and stuff and more to do just like, stop touching my stuff. Stop taking Master Chief's helmet off. Stop making him butt naked. Stop making Lord of the Rings and putting all this dumb messaging, even though we all know Tolkien and we all have read the books. And like, let's say you want to add brown characters. Tolkien did that. There's an area where those people exist. Do a story about that, but you won't. You just take people's toys and you break them. And now with the Star Wars also. And this is what I mean by the messaging stuff. Like, this hatred is just after the messaging. Don't let these people confuse you. It's not about the kids. They're not attacking kids. They're attacking the messaging. So we'll see. I'll put up another video when episode 3 comes out. But it's basically just a quick warning. It's like, yeah, this is coming. And just like Chris Gore said, they can't help themselves. But I think they can, actually. I think the reason why Disney doesn't like this show and why you hear rumblings of that is because, not because the product is bad or anything. Like I said, the fighting scenes were good. Like, the characters, the models were fine. Story's fine. You know, like how people are saying it's like Goonies with Star Wars mixed again. I could agree with that. Like I said, don't let these people confuse you. It's not about that. It's not about the kids. It's just the messaging. People are so sick and tired of it. You know, and we're gonna see the discourse between all of this, because usually I'm in the battlefields. I'm talking a lot of shit in the back. Also, I'm over there defending or shit talking too. So I'm gonna be in the thick of it also. And man, do I have battles online. If you catch my Twitter, you'll see that I go in hard on people. I go hard. But like I was saying, it's definitely going to be interesting. And just, I think, like I said, I think this is just left. I think the reason why it's just, I think it's just leftover stuff. I think this is just stuff that Disney already had and they knew was going to bomb. And they're just like, okay, whatever. They're honestly probably very surprised that people liked it. I'm pretty sure they're surprised by it. But I'm pretty sure they know that at episode 3 coming, that they're not going to get away from that one. if what Chris Gore is saying is true, and usually he is saying the truth. So I don't know, man. It's definitely going to be interesting for sure. Yeah, I guess that's my 2 cents about it. Just like I said, I can't believe it's taken this long for people to, like, you know, like, stop doing this. Like, I'm honestly tired. I'm tired of fighting with people online, man. And I'm tired of people pretending like they don't know what we're talking about. You know, it's like we don't care that someone has 2 moms. We just care that it's a kid's show and you're putting it in the kid's show. Right? Like it's a clear indication of what you're trying to do. And if the rumblings are true that Bob Iger is done, thank God, man. Because everyone else is done. The election was a clear indication of that. I'm pretty sure Bob Iger got the hint. And it's so weird that other people are, like, refusing. Do you know how many people I see now that were just like, Biden this, Kamala this, we're great, everything's going on? Every single people are starting to turn. People are starting to turn, sinking ship, you know what I mean? That's all you have to do is just watch around you. It's crazy. But anyways, that's my 2 cents about it. Just like letting you guys know, be prepared. If you want to join me on Twitter for the fight, I'll be there. But yeah, doesn't look. I thought this show was just gonna be for kids and they're gonna leave it alone, but it seems like no, they're still gonna do their thing. So we'll see how that goes. I'll catch you guys later. And until next time, guys.
By the time you hear the next pop, the funk shall be within you.